many reasons why it's very smart to use a professional property manager. And as a matter of fact, Coldwell Banker has a nice flyer brochure with all the reasons. But let me just go ahead and ask Bob and Lavonne the top 3 reasons why they believe it's smart to go ahead and use a property manager and to use them.
The list that you just held up is the short version, so it's really hard to pinpoint which ones are the most critical, because every property is different, every owner is different, and you have to manage them in different ways. But just as an example, this is one file on one property.
This is headache for the owner.
This is what we do for the owner that they don't have to do. And included in all of this, we have different categories. We have all of the listing and lease packets and the notices and inspections. We have the initial research on the property to determine whether it's rent ready, whether it's going to fit into the market, what the pricing is. We keep all of the correspondence in here. We have accounting. We have
Wow.
The work orders and all of the things that are done to the property to maintain it. All of these things are kept in these records, and the accounting part of it all goes through our accounting office in Sarasota that maintains all the records. So we're handling the day-to-day things here. That's just one of the reasons.
A major reason for any landlord is the safety of having a property manager. We are educated on legal terms, the Florida Landlord Tenant Act. We go to constant training, and it's worry-free, because it's very, very, very litigious, state for getting evictions. And so far to date, as of 9 years, we've had 1 eviction.
Wow.
And that also has to do with the screening. Coldwell Banker screens. I mean, you're not going to have somebody walk in and leave in the middle of the night with a big problem. I mean,
right.
we get those
It's a professional screening company that we use, and it's a company that actually the government uses, but it screens not only for just credit, because anybody can have a credit report, but it screens for past evictions, rental history, it screens for criminal activity, it screens for sexual offenders, and all the different areas that they screen for us. And sometimes the screening, the fact that we have the screening is pre-screening.
Mm-hmm.
So that's another thing.
Absolutely. I mean, just this alone, this is why you can't go on vacation, but the owner of the property can. It just relieves. You can get into trouble trying to do this on your own, and it's overwhelming. Everyone has busy lives. Everyone has their own jobs that they have to manage, and this is your full-time job. This is what you do.
Well, long distance or right here in Miami, we have landlords in both cases, out of the country, in town in Miami, but when you have a problem with the property, to start calling and start trying to find people that handle different things. I mean, we do this on a daily basis. We have all kinds of vendors, they are licensed, insured, and we have to make sure that our landlords are protected from any kind of workman's compensation issues, somebody coming in to work on your property, and those are all the things that we deal with on a daily basis.
It's true. Until you have a problem, that's usually when you realize you've made a mistake, you've let the wrong person into that property, is when a problem arises. Absolutely, absolutely.
Sometimes they have to learn the hard way, and then when we get them, we educate them, and we say, just sit back and relax. So.
And I also want to point out that because you are realtors, not just property managers, if someone wants assistance with buying a property, you can help them with that. And when the time is right and that landlord wants to sell the property, you can also assist them with that, with the buying and the selling and the managing of the property.
What would you say are some of the things that a new owner of thinking to purchase a rental property would look for in a rental property?
First you have to examine the area. If it's a popular area, you want to make sure you're getting as much rent as you can for the purchase price. Mm-hmm. Of course, that's up to us to do the analyzation to make sure that this is a suitable rental property. Mm-hmm. And with the condos and townhouses, the condos mostly, you have to make sure that there aren't any laws that you can only buy and sell, and you can only lease once a year. There are several degrees of that.
And now that we're on the topic of rental prices here in Miami have skyrocketed recently with everything that's been going on. So right now it's a perfect time to get a higher rate of return on the investment because the rental prices have increased. Would you agree with that?
Oh yes, most definitely.
They've increased, and but it still is a matter of the screening to get the right tenants also that are able to afford the rent and not end up with a problem both for the tenant but especially for the landlord.
Absolutely, absolutely. Excellent.
Also in today's market, it's an incredible time because the prices of properties today are at not an all-time low, but at a very, for the last 5-6 years, they're at the lowest point that they've been. And interest rates are actually at near the bottom of what they've been, so it's an incredible time. The interest rates are phenomenal and the prices are incredible, so it's a perfect time to meet with Patricia and perhaps step into that landlord market and become one yourself.
Absolutely, because oftentimes I'm finding that the mortgage payment with everything included, taxes and insurance, is actually lower than what the rental price could be for a comparable property. So absolutely. Thank you all both so much for everything that you've shared with us. I've learned so much, and I know our audience has too. So remember, don't be shy. If you want to know where you are on the path to buy, just give me a call as a certified path to buy coach. I'd be happy to meet with you and see where you are. And of course, take advantage of everything that we've shared with you. Reach out to Bob and Lavonne. Thank you.